Hi everyone. I'm David from the podcast team at I-Fal. That's our cool English learning app. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you're having a good coffee or tea and you're ready to hear some simple English news. I'll share 5 stories, each one in easy English, and I'll add a bit of friendly commentary. Let's jump in. First story. A tough film at the Cannes Festival last week. People at the Cannes Film Festival on the French Riviera saw a very heavy movie. Outside, the sun was shining and the beaches were full of happy people. But on the big screen, there was a new film with hard-to-watch torture scenes. The film shows pain, sadness, and horror. Some critics call it a darker version of a famous movie by Quentin Tarantino, and they say it is heavy and sad. I think this movie is for a special audience. If you like films that make you think about human pain, you might watch it. But for me, after a long day, I prefer a comedy or a fun drama. In everyday life, we sometimes watch a suspense film with friends, or we turn on the TV for something light. It is good to know that art can be hard, but also that we have many choices. If you go to a big film festival like Cannes, be ready. Not every movie is easy to watch. Second story. Aviv Geffen moves his rock concert. Israeli rock star Aviv Geffen had a big show planned for June 18th in Park Hayarkon here in Tel Aviv. But 2 other huge concerts were on the same day. One was by Eyal Golan and another by Asher Cohen. The city was worried about too many people on public transport and traffic jams, and the police said it could be a safety risk. So Aviv Geffen changed his date to June 17th. He said, "Our safety is the most important thing." I think this was a smart move. When you plan a party or a big event, it is wise to check local traffic and other events. I remember once I booked a birthday party on the same day as a city marathon. Many guests were late because the roads were closed. We all learn from these things. In our daily life, whether it is a concert or a family gathering, it pays to look at the calendar, check what else is happening, and be ready to adjust the date if needed. Third story. Elon Musk's space compliment and warning. Recently, Elon Musk said that Israel is the tip of the spear of the world in space technology. He praised our startup nation for its talent and hard work. But at the same time, he warned that Israel must invest more money in the space sector, or it risks falling behind other countries. He thinks the government budget for space research is too small. It is great to hear such praise from a big global entrepreneur. We love when people notice Israeli innovation and clever ideas. But I also understand his warning. Building rockets and high-tech satellites costs a lot of money. This story reminds me of how we learn English. If you want to get better, you need regular practice and some budget, maybe a good app or weekly lessons. Just like a country needs to invest in space, we need to invest in our skills to stay ahead. Fourth story. Israel buys air defense systems for $1 billion. The Israeli Ministry of Defense signed a deal with Israel Aerospace Industries, or IAI, to buy new air defense systems. The contract is worth $1 billion. These systems help protect the country from rockets and missiles. They will be made and tested right here in Israel, and they will work with the existing defense networks. The government says this deal is part of a long-term plan to keep the skies safe. Security costs a lot of money, but most people agree that protection is worth the price. In daily life, we pay for itsy-bitsy things like home insurance, car insurance, or health insurance because we want peace of mind. Here, the price tag is huge, but the idea is the same. You spend money now to avoid bigger problems later. For us, it is like buying a good lock for our bike or a strong password for our online accounts. Fifth story. Your wedding isn't so special. It's just expensive. With the holiday of Shavuot just behind us, the wedding season in Israel is starting. Many young couples dream of the perfect wedding. They pick a fancy hall, hire a live band, choose 5-course menus, and spend big budgets. But one recent article says that most weddings are very similar. The flowers, the stage, even the menu choices repeat from one event to the next. So the author writes, "Your event is not special, it is just expensive." I laughed when I read that line, but it is true. I went to 3 weddings last summer, and they all had the same white chairs, the same dessert bar, and the same photo booth. Of course, I had fun, and the bride and groom were happy, but it reminded me that a wedding's true magic is in the people, not in the price. In our everyday life, we often pay extra for brand names or big parties, but the real joy comes from moments with family and friends. If a couple wants a simple party with close friends, it can be just as wonderful and much kinder to the wallet. That's all for today's news stories, guys. I hope you enjoyed these summaries and my little comments. Thanks for listening to me, David from I-Fal. I really enjoyed helping you learn some English today. Remember, if you want more help, check out the I-Fal app. You get a lesson for only 20 shekels. All right, keep practicing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.